So let's talk about this situation here. Let's talk about the past first. I'm going to talk about the past, and if the past sounds familiar to you, then the rest of the reading would apply to you. But let's talk about the past first. So first of all, I have the World and the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is, I feel like this is an energy of you or another person you're dealing with. But I feel like a lot of you have recently implemented a lot of travel. You have somebody who's very new, very young, very exciting in your life that is bringing you like opportunities for travel and opportunities for a lot of fun and merriment. Okay. I feel that, you are expanding your social circle, and you're interacting with people who are a little bit more like-minded, who are a little bit more like, I feel like it's more fun, lighthearted. Okay, so a lot of you might be socially dating. A lot of you might be getting solicited from people who are a lot younger than you. And I do feel an element with the World here of international crowd, like a group of people who might be different from you, who might hail from far away, or they are different from you culturally, ethnically, and things like that. So I feel that you're in a very good space coming into this month, because from the past, you have a lot of people that are interested in you, and you are coming into contact with people who are very different from you, and they're allowing you to expand your worldview. Okay. So overall, this is a very good expansive energy where you are coming into contact with people. You're not just seeing them as like, sexual objects. They're not just seeing you as sexual objects. I feel like there's a lot more emotional depth. There's a lot more like friendship, camaraderie coming through from this new group of people that you're dealing with. For others of you, you might have a younger person that is different from you culturally, that is recently, they either have traveled or you have traveled. I'm seeing like, far away travel. So, across state lines, across countries, across the world, they have traveled quite a ways in order to come see you. And they're making their feelings known to you. A lot of you might be dealing with another water sign, so a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or somebody with, sun, moon, or rising in a water sign, okay? So I feel that they are younger. Their energy seems to me like they're younger, and there's also a new person that came into the picture, and I feel that they're making a gesture towards you. Which brings us to the present situation. And the present situation is, this is your card showing up. And this is somebody who's very easily excitable, and somebody who's like very passionate, very emotionally like emotional and very passionate. So I feel that you have somebody in your life right now that you are very passionate about. And you're also in a space where you have a lot of love and affection to give another person. And I feel like if in the past you have been jaded and you haven't really been dating, I feel like all that energy is like bubbling up to the surface, where you really want to connect with another person on a physical level. And I feel as well on an emotional, intellectual level as well. But I do feel this is a card about, needing physical contact, okay? Feeling as if you're going to explode, like wanting that, wanting like that, like craving the touch, craving the intimacy, wanting the physical contact with another person. Just be very careful that, that I feel like their energy is very young. So I feel like if you're not serious about this situation, you want to like let them know, because I feel like you are craving that physical contact, I'm not sure that you're getting the emotional, I'm not sure that you're getting the emotional, connection with them as well, because we do have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords indicates to me a situation where we're a little bit distressed. We're not really sure how things are going to work out long term. A lot of you might be in a long distance relationship, or you're dealing with someone who's significantly younger, and you're not really sure how that's going to work out. You're not really sure about, the what's really appropriate, the generational rifts, what's really appropriate nowadays to do with, someone who's a significantly younger. Others of you might be dating somebody who's a lot older too. So there's a little bit of concerns and worries here about how things are going to work out logistically between the two of you. However, I feel like this new person is allowing you to get over the previous person, whatever it is that you have been hung up on. I do feel this person, this new person coming through, is going to allow you to move along and move your life along in a direction that is very, very good for you. Okay, so I feel there's positive energy here that indicates to me this is somebody reliable, trustworthy. They're going to restore your faith in humanity. So I feel like whatever trauma you've been through in the past relationships, in a series of relationships that might have been very tumultuous, that might have ended up with um, a lot of like bad verbal exchange between you and another person. I do feel this is a healing, therapeutic type of a relationship. Okay. So it brings us to the present moment. I feel that a lot of you are kind of like rushing into things because you are craving the intimacy. You are craving, having one person who completely adores you and who dotes you. So you're getting a bit of an ego boost, mainly because someone really, really likes you. Someone really adores you. And I'm going to read the crowning energy. The crowning energy is the person, place, situation that you are thinking about. So let me see here. We do have the Seven of Swords that came out first. And the Seven of Swords usually indicates to me a situation where someone is like sneaking around, doing things in a very clandestine type of manner, doing things behind the scenes and not wanting other people to know. So in a simple way, okay? It could be that you are dealing with someone who's significantly younger. I keep seeing an age difference. Between you and the other person. So I feel like they might be younger than you. And you're just like, I don't really know what to do. So there's this overall sense of awkwardness, okay? And then for others of you, the Seven of Swords here is linked up with the Queen of Wands. So a lot of you are in a relationship with somebody, right? You're in a relationship with a person, possibly a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And somebody else is coming through with some type of offer for, friendship, dating, flirtation, and things like that. And you're just like, I don't know what to do. And I do feel that you're going to put an end to one relationship in order to pursue another. I feel like you're putting an end to one relationship in order to pursue another. So there is somebody in your midst posing as temptation. And I feel like for some of you, you might just go ahead with the new person. For others of you, you're involved with somebody else, possibly a fire sign. And so you're putting an end to that communication with the person that is trying to verge or is trying to break through your relationship. So I do feel temptation coming through. Okay. For some of you, you are thinking about a fire sign here, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. And for some reason, there might have been a total stop in communication with you and this person. And you're trying to reach out, but I feel that they are somewhat like ghosting you. They're not really responding. And they're going to need some type of major, big gesture from your end in order for them to come back around. Okay. So especially, I feel like, this is more for, heterosexual, like, Scorpio male. If you're dealing with a fire sign female, I do feel there has been some type of strife, some type of rift in your relationship. If you're still thinking about this person, I feel like it's going to be difficult for you both to come back together. And then if you're like just a Scorpio dealing with another fire sign, I do feel there is some type of shady energy going on here. So you want to be a little bit careful. And I feel like this person, they're very, very perceptive. They have a lot of passion. They have a lot of rage within them, but it's a queen energy. So they are very self-controlled. And I do feel that you want to be careful. If there has been any type of deception from your end, you want to be a little bit careful about not pushing your luck, mainly because I feel like this person already knows what's going on. Okay. So I don't feel that they're confrontational. But I feel like they're putting up with a lot already. So I feel that you want to be really careful, like, walking around on eggshells. Tread very carefully with this situation. So in terms of the foundation is something that you know to be true. We have here the Four of Cups as well as the Seven of Cups. The Four of Cups is a situation where someone is kind of like bored with their current situation. And whenever you're in a relationship, or whenever you're even single, and the options that are coming through for you are not, something that you really, really want, I feel like people get in the habit of either thinking about the past or even wanting somebody that is unattainable, mainly to break out of this bored cycle. So a lot of you might be ruminating over, things that have gone wrong with past lovers. And you might even, be tempted to reach out to past lovers. A lot of you who are in a relationship, specifically with a fire sign, I feel like, things are a little bit challenging in that relationship. And so a lot of you might be, feeling a little bit trapped, feeling a little bit like uninspired by the relationship. And as a result of it, you might resort to electronic communication. You might resort to, succumbing to temptation outside of the relationship. Just be very careful about that. I feel like one person or both parties have already tried that. If you are at all in open relationships, that's fine. But I feel like if you have agreed to, see each other exclusively, you want to be careful. I see a lot of experimentation actually coming through for this month. And I do feel a lot of people who are at a distance from a significant other are trying to, either see other people, or are trying to inject some passion back into the romantic relationship by doing, introducing gadgets and using, even communicating from a distance in order to bridge the divide between you and another person. So the Seven of Cups, once again, is a fantasy card. It's a card about, experimentation, temptation, and finding ways to creatively solve some type of relationship problem. So I do sense that coming through, and I feel like it's going to be very fruitful for you guys in to continue at it, because I don't see there's anything wrong here with that. Okay. In terms of what's coming through in your future, we do have the Emperor. And the Emperor is showing up, usually, in a reading, whether or not you're on the right track. There is going to be some type of, this is usually an indicator whether or not you're on the right track. Okay. So I want to say this. If you have been dealing with somebody and I feel that, they might have cheated on you and you're still ruminating over them, you're still like looking at what they're doing, and you're still like, either stalking through social media or trying to figure out what's going on with them. I feel that you need to put a stop to it, because there's some energy here about, getting disapproval. So it's not supported for you to like torture yourself by doing this. Okay. And then for others of you who are like, in a relationship and you're tempted by somebody younger, you're tempted by somebody new, and somebody who's potentially quite naive, just be very careful about not straying. Okay. Because I do see a lot of temptation from your end. Overall, the advice here regarding your love relationship, and especially what's coming through, is that you are going to have to decide one route or the other, one person or the other. And I don't feel that it's not like a have your cake and eat it too type of a month. So you are going to have to be like, channel your higher self in order to arrive at a better decision, so that you're not hurting other people. Okay. So a decision regarding a relationship, especially regarding two relationship partners, are going to have to be made for this month. And it's coming in quite strongly. It was permeating the previous reading. So it's coming through again. And I do feel this is a kind of like divine intervention coming through to tell you you need to make a choice. Okay. This is not going to work out where you are kind of like dabbling with other people if you are already involved. And likewise, if somebody is dabbling with other people when they're involved with you, you're going to have to like, accept that it's happening and then decide what you're going to do about it. Okay. We do have the Nine of Cups as well. And the Nine of Cups is basically, it indicates to me, across the board, new people is actually going to be very good for you, especially for those of you who are dealing with like water signs energy. So, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And especially if you're dealing with like, I feel like there's a lot of adoration coming through, like someone who really, really looks up to you. And I feel like they might have made their feelings known in the past. You weren't ready. And I feel that now that you're ready, you need to act fast on this, because I feel like you need to make a choice here. And I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of passive energy. So they're telling you you need to, do something about it, because we have the wish card here, and the wish card indicates, wishes and emotional fulfillment will be gradually coming through for you. But a decision needs to be made about your relationship and where you're headed, mainly because I feel like you can't really sweep things under the rug anymore. Okay. The Nine of Cups is also a card about overindulging. This is like overindulging in multiple partners, overindulging in like the fantasy, and being in relationships where you are seeing each other in a very idealistic manner, and you're kind of like seeing like you're projecting ideals onto the other person, and it's not realistic. Okay. So I feel like there's a lot of like just idealism in this spread as well, for relationships. So this is coming through to tell you that you need to make a decision, and that, overindulging and things like that is nice and good, but at the end of the day, it's going to leave you very empty-handed. In the meantime, the true options, the people that really care about you, they are gradually, slipping away. So I feel that a lot of you need to make decisions here about, narrowing down your partner choices, and narrowing down who it is that you want to get involved with and be with. I see a lot of temptations overall, and a lot of offers for love and relationships, okay, from people who might not be the best for you. So if you're single and dating, there's a lot of choices coming through, but I feel like you have dealt with somebody, possibly a fire sign, that left a bitter taste in your mouth, and you're just trying your best to move on, and you're just dating around trying to move on. So I feel like you're forcing it just a little bit, okay? But you have options coming through. And then for those of you who are in stable relationships, I do see solidification in relationships, stability being coming back in, and I do see a lot of family get-togethers and reunions and things like that coming through. So a lot of you might just be taking the relationships to the next level, via, weddings, engagements and things like that with your significant other. So it's going to be a hodgepodge of a month, but I do sense that, the energy here is very much about making decisions, solidifying your decisions, and, having faith that you're on the right track, having faith that you're making the right choice, because you have very strong intuition. So I feel that a lot of you are on track when it comes to this. Okay.